Welcome to Fix It with Jeff. Today we're going to be working on our Chevy Express van. Um, we got a water pump issue with it today. Hope you enjoy this video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get the van pulled out so we can lift it up. It's still running, but it is leaking antifreeze. We don't want to work in the garage. It's kind of cold in here. So we're going to work outside right here. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and show you what we got to do here. So we got to remove quite a bit of stuff. We got to take this air intake off. We're going to take off our uh, throttle body intake hose. We're going to loosen these. There's some bolts in the back you could do to loosen this. It'll help get out the fan shroud. That's these two bolts here. We're going to take this and move it out the way. Yeah, we're going to disconnect our mass flow sensor. So we'll go ahead and get that disconnected. And that'll be it. That's all we need to take apart to get the fan shroud off. Once I get this off, we'll show you what screws that you got to do to get the fan shroud off. So for now, I think it's 10 millimeters for these. For the reservoir, we're going to clean out the reservoir. Hopefully I can do that easily here. And we're going to get the fan shroud off. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get our reservoir off. We're going to take off our air intake. We're going to get in there and take off the throttle body hose. So let's go ahead and get that done. We're using a 10 millimeter socket for this. We're going to make sure to save our bolts. So we know that this one's going to go with the reservoir. So we're going to put this here. Kind of gives us an indication, okay, that's the reservoir. This is the fan. We're going to do these two bolts, the air intake. We're going to go ahead and disconnect our mass airflow sensor. All right, push that to the side. We're going to go ahead and get a flathead screwdriver and remove our throttle body hose. So we're going to go ahead with a flathead screwdriver. Do these in two pieces. Take this one off first. It's going to be two parts. So no, not that one. We'll take off this one. Okay. Put that to the side. We'll get in here and get this other one out. Oh, we also got this vacuum hose on this side here. You just pull that out. Okay. So we got that. Now we're gonna move our um, reservoir tank. We're gonna move that out of the way. Put that to the side here. And then down in there, it's also attached to the fan housing. So we'll go ahead and disconnect that from the fan housing. It's just in a little slot. So that's good. All right, so now we have two 10 millimeter bolts here and here for the fan shroud. And then there's going to be three more on each side of the fan shroud. So I'll show you that here in a minute. Okay, so we have a long extension, and down in here, so you see there's, I'm pointing them out for you. There's a bolt right there. There's one right there, and then there's another one over there. So there's three bolts on each side. It's the same thing on both sides. So I don't know if you can see them on this side. So we'll go ahead and get those loosened. And now we'll get these 6 bolts off. We're going to change the crank pit, the position crank sensor. It was something I tried to change a long time ago. But now that I'm going to be, we're doing the water pump. And now that I'm taking off the water pump, I'm taking off the fan shroud. Those things are, and the fan, those things were in the way of getting that job done. So we're going to go ahead and change that sensor out. I was having issues with it, but then it went away. But I want to get it changed out as a precautionary. So we're going to go over here to the other side, get these other ones out. This also holds your radiator in place, so your radiator is going to be flopping around. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get this fan shroud out. It's going to take some finagling, get it out. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Okay, yeah, as long as you get it past this, once you get it past that side, it'll come right out. Alright. Alright, now I'll show you more what's going on in here. So we got our fan. We're going to go ahead and disconnect that. So in back here, back there you see that nut. So we got a special tool for that. Okay, so you need a hammer and a special tool to get that fan clutch out. So we're going to go ahead and get our hammer. All right, so we have a 36. Okay, we have a 36 millimeter, which will be this side. So we're going to go ahead and get this on there. Make sure it fits. Okay. And we need to turn it that way. So we're gonna get our hammer. Give it a taparoo. Actually, I think it came. I don't know if that did it or not. So let's see. And then you spin this and it'll come off. Feels loose. So we were able to get our fan clutch off. So what we had to do was we had to find a screw that would fit in one of these holes. So I found a screw that was long enough that is able to like lock this. So I might do the same thing when I put the new one in, just to lock it so I could get a nice good tight on it. So now we have access to our water pump. But first we're going to try to get off the hoses. So we have the upper radiator hose to get off. We have the lower radiator hose to get off. That one's going to create a big mess. And then we have the two hoses over there, which are your heater core hoses. So I'm going to go and get those off. You squeeze these. I put pliers or vice grips on this one to hopefully help me. No, it probably no. Okay, so yeah, I can't move it back, that clamp. So I'm gonna continue on this, and I'll be back with you guys once I get that off. All right, so what we got one hose off. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take off the thermostat housing, 10mm bolts, and we're gonna take off the pulley. We need to transfer this to the new water pump. So number 10, and we're gonna say this is number 13.
Actually, a number 15.
Two of them here. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and get that off. And then we're still trying to remove these hoses. So once we get that out the way, we'll probably have a little more room. Okay, so we got a thermostat housing out with the thermostat. As you can see, this goes in one way. We're gonna also clean this up a little bit. It only goes in one way. So when we take this out, okay, so we got that out. Get this off, and we got a lot of cleaning to do. Get that all nice and clean. Okay, so while we're in here, we're gonna go ahead and change out our crankshaft position sensor. So that's right there. So we're gonna go ahead and get that bracket off of there. It's a 10mm bracket. I know that there is, oh yeah, there's that little, there's two nuts. So there's that little nut. It's on a, like a, I don't know what to call it, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get that changed out. Okay, so we got our crankshaft position sensor in. Very hard to get out. So as you see, I destroyed it. So you want to be very careful, because if that thing gets stuck in there, you're gonna have to drill the thing out, and then you're gonna have pieces inside your engine. So yeah, just be careful taking it out. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get everything cleaned up. We're gonna try to dry up all this antifreeze, and then we're going to clean up those ports to get all the sealant off, and we'll go from there. We cleaned up the block. I'm gonna spray some brake cleaner to get the rest of that goop off, and then we're gonna go and dry as best as we can all this, and we'll go ahead, and we got new gaskets. So the gaskets we're going to use are metal gaskets. So these are the new gaskets we got. So I'm going to show you the method of getting this put on. So there's kind of like a certain method to get this on. So I'll show you how that's done. So now we'll go ahead and get our bolts in. Okay, we're going to slide our gaskets in place. hold your bolts. Okay. Same thing on this side. Hold your bolts. Okay. So now this is the tricky part. Getting it back in. You want to hold your bolts if you can. If you can't, I'm not sure, but you gotta hold the bolts best you can. Okay. Once you got it in there, you want to go ahead and start them by hand.
Then back on the pedal.
There's a two-part torquing sequence to this, which once I get these bolts tight, we'll go through that. Now we got it on, so the first pass is 10 foot-pounds that we got to torque it to. 11 foot-pounds. So set up our torque. Okay, so you want to go middle, okay, middle, and bottom, and top, and bottom over here. And then top over here. Set a torque to 22 now and do the same thing again. The middle. Middle. The bottom. Top. And top. And bottom. And then just go all the way around one more time, just to make sure they're all torqued.
Okay, so that should be good. We're gonna put our hoses on because and fill it up first because of the epic failure I had. I want to make sure it doesn't leak because that was my issue to begin with. Okay, so we got our pump is in, everything is back together. We're bringing it up to operating temperature now.
And also
We're
make
gonna go
sure
ahead
to
and this
put
cap
your
on.
heater on full blast.
So we're bringing it up to operating temperature now. We don't have no more leaks. It might have been just a bad gasket to begin with. Probably didn't need a whole new pump, but gonna put that on there. Okay, so we finished our job. We've been driving around for about maybe 3 hours. No leaks. The temperature's been holding. The only thing I'm thinking, we might have to change the alternator one day. I'll show you what's going on. I don't know, the battery voltage. Doesn't seem quite right. I don't know what you guys think. Or maybe you can let me know down in the comments what you guys think. But yeah, our temperature's been holding steady. We've been driving around for about 3 hours now. So this job is done. Until next time, fix it with Jeff. I hope this, yeah, so this job is done. So I hope this was able to help you out in some way, some fashion. I know there's a lot of videos out there about this, but yeah, just a new fresh look at how this is done. Hopefully it helped you out, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, fix it with Jeff.